So this is the second session, same day, and we basically just completed the bulleted effect and started the keyframe animations. And now we'll move on like what we just discussed. So quickly going back to exactly where we were. So this is exactly where we were. We just finished off creating this shoot effect. It's not very fluid, but it works for now. Then one more final clip for us, which will be the idle animation. Why do we need an idle? Basically, as a transition animation clip between the start and other clips. So this is why we are creating transition, and we can have rotation and position. I don't think we'll rotate it, but still. And for this, what we can do is we'll keep this as a 4 second long animation. So the end will be at about 4, which is here, and about at 2, we will just slightly increase the height of it. So this is all the that it's going to be. Oh, sorry, we forgot to press record. So this is to keep in mind that this is necessary. So again, putting it to 4 and then clicking on record 2 and slight increase. So that's all that it's going to be. This is the idle animation for us. We don't really want anything here, just as a transition for the animator. So when we go to the animation now, so now this animation window is done. We don't actually require it anymore. But if we want to come back to change anything, this is where we can come back. Now what we want to see is the animation window. So if you go back here, you'll see that whatever animations that we created all are added to the animator controller by default, and an animator controller named as the same name as the uh, game object that on which we created the animations is created. So now let us set it up quickly. I will increase the size of this a bit for now. So this thing, we have a recoil, which is kind of an extra thing right now. We have a reload. We have any state, and we have shoot, and we have idle. So what we want from entry, we want to make default as idle, and what we want from any state, there should be one transition to shoot. Any state can go back to reload, and from shoot we can give a recoil, and from recoil we can go back to idle, and from this also to idle. And we'll create. So this is the kind of thing that we can create. If this looks bad, we can remove recoil and don't necessarily have to use it. But this would be okay. So what we did now is whenever it starts, it's going to be in idle condition. And whenever we click on a trigger, so we'll add a few triggers. We'll add one trigger. Oh, sorry, this is the layer. Under two parameters, we want to add one trigger. In this trigger, we'll have reload, and one trigger we'll create for shoot. So what will happen is when we are in any state, we want to go to reload, we'll just create one here, reload, and this does not need to have an exit time, fixed duration. One thing that we'll need to do is go to reload, and when we open the clip, you see the loop time is on, just turn it off. Same for shoot, loop time is on, turn it off. Same for recoil, loop time. Idle, you want it to loop, so loop time can be on. Then coming back here, from any to reload, the condition should be that reload trigger is pressed. From any to shoot, the condition is going to be that the shoot trigger is pressed. From shoot to recoil, it has to go as is, like right after it. There has to be an exit time, but we'll keep it 0. fixed duration will be off, and I think all settings are fine. And this thing is fine. This thing is fine. This as exit is fine. 0 fixed duration not required. As exit 0 fixed duration is not required. So this is our general setup, and let's quickly view what it is going to be like. So if I press on, let's go to the play mode. And this thing is not going away. Just a second. I will stop sharing and share again. Yeah, so when I go in play mode and now I press on reload, this animation will play. If I press on shoot, it's as you see, it's a bit weird, very slow. So we can make it fast or up to you. But what we can do for now is when we start. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to change here. We can change this thing. It's we already added the. Let's see if this makes any difference. Not really, but still, it's fine for us right now. Our shoot is about the duration of the shoot clip is about 750 and recoil is about 300. So it's total about 1 second and reload is 2 seconds and idle is 4 seconds, which we kept. So idle we won't use. We'll maybe use a time in the script for reloading. So let's now move to the script and actually use these triggers in the script. So for the script, we want to go to the shoot script, but our shoot script is not here. Our shoot script is here. So in the shoot script, in this script, we can set up shoot quite straightforward. You just need to add animations, basically shooting animations. For this, we need an animator, and then we can call it, and we'll have to make it public because the animator is on another script. So we'll take it from there in the inspector window itself. If it was on the same, ideally this shoot and the animations and all should on be the pistol or the gun itself. I don't remember why you did it like this. Must be some reason. We'll figure out. Oh yeah, it was because our input is set up here on the based on the new input system. It has to be, we didn't explore it much and we kept it here only. So we can see if we want to change it in the future or how to use it for now. So, but this is fine for now. And we'll change a few more things here. For now, I can just do shoot. I can shoot right here and m dot set trigger. This is quite straightforward. I don't think we need to do anything else about here or shooting. Let us check that still. We didn't assign it. So inside the anim, all we need to do is drag and drop this thing because it has the animator. It's very weird. Let's quickly change that a bit. So in our animator, we'll go to shoot. We'll reduce the time of everything. So we want to make it more quick. It's just for now, at least, shouldn't be this small. Shouldn't be this long, I think. So for that reason, let us see how this looks. This looks okay, better at least. So let's see this now. Shooting animation is fine, but recoil is causing problem. So what we can do is basically inside our shooting, we can add, change this here, and at about here we can add recoil. The things of that were there in recoil, we can add it directly here, and we don't need to use a separate animation for recoil because that is the thing that is causing the most problem. So position of the prefab, complete position of the prefab is something that we want to change. Take it a bit up, right? And then the rotation as well. So, and in the next frame, rotate it a bit. And we can still complete it here. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, this looks better, at least. So we can remove this transition and remove this transition and this transition direct. And we don't want to use this right now. So this transition as exit time settings 0 fixed duration. Cool. So let's see if this works better. This is still better, right? Recoil is also there, and this looks better. More better at least. Not better, but okay. So yeah, so this thing. So shooting is done. Now what we want to do next is in the shoot script, we've done that. Yeah, so one thing that I didn't talk about was that in this animation thing, we have something called as events that we can add. So events, like if you see here, these are events and event is coming. So this event can actually call a function on its own, right? So what we'll do is because generally what the idea is that this thing, we have this, right? The effects wala thing. So we could have controlled this weapon effects from this animation and events. But right now, because this thing is somewhere else, so I'll show you what this actually does. So when we are in, let's say, not recoil, I want to use something that we already have. So shoot. So inside shoot, this is the place where the muzzle flash should have actually this. Let's say this is where the muzzle flash should have happened. So I can add an event here, this event, and then a muzzle flash function can be called from here. But I don't have the muzzle flash function attached to the same game object. That is why this is going to be a problem. But let us at least test it out. So we'll test it out on the reload thing, and we'll try to add a sound and reload as well, which we'll do that later. But let's now just test this reload function event thing. So to do that, what we'll do is here we'll create a, or we can just come back to it when we have actually set up reloading. But at least for a test thing, we can do a test event in animation. So this is our script. We'll just test it quickly and then move on and come back when we want to create the reloading sound, and we'll use events there. So in this, set it up quickly. I will need the access to the animator. And inside the start function, I can just do this and then basically call the anim dot set trigger. For now, let's call the shoot trigger once, and just to see if this function is working or not, we can create a function named test void, public void. Let's see if we need it. We need to make it public. Let's first make it private function. So void testing event in shoot, and let's just debug that log test test test. So let's see if this works for now. So going back again to our shoot script, let's just add an event here wherever we want, and from this event, yeah, so we can call a private function as well. So testing event shoot. And now what will happen is whenever this we are here, that will be called. So if I go into the play mode and to see it more clearly, oh, it's already been called once. But oh, because it's inside the, it should not have been called. Oh, we are doing it in the start, right? So this is our fault that we called it inside the start function. But if I don't do this, if I just do this, then yeah, then it should happen. But then I'm not sure if it will happen. But let's see. Right, so if you see, the count is increasing for the test, which was our event testing. So let us quickly remove that. We don't really want that. So inside our shoot. So I hope this is clear, but we'll come back to it again when we are doing reloading. We can come back to it and we'll add reload audio through this. So test event in animation, we can leave it like this. We can, or we'll create a new function. Let's see. We'll come back to it anyway. Let's just delete it. We'll come back to it and then we'll see what to do. Don't really need it. And we don't need this. So yeah, so next we will move on to the actual reloading thing. So that is a different concept now. So for now, I will keep this open because I'll come back for reloading to this thing. But I can go here. So reloading is a bit of a new concept for you maybe, but in general, for reloading, we'll create a few new functions, but we already have something. We already have this current ammo. So let's just, I remove the serialized field because I want to access it at other places, and I'll make it a public field so that I can access it somewhere else. So public and then public int max ammo. Let us write a comment here that this is for ammo. And just ammo is fine. So current ammo and max ammo are two variables that we create. Current ammo is 12. At this is where we start. Max ammo is also 12. But what is max ammo? Max ammo is the maximum ammo that your pistol can handle. So your magazine load basically. Okay. And current ammo is how much you actually currently have. And then we'll also have a public int carried ammo. So this is something that we can think of as the maximum ammo that you have on your own, on your body. So this is what you can reload as well. So let's for now keep it 60, or we can keep it 100. 60 is fine. We're not making a very big game. So 60 is fine. And then we want to create a new concept. So before that, let us change the script a bit. So like just organize it a bit better. So we can remove this function. So this complete function is basically just doing a raycast. So we can remove this from here and make a different function. So generally this is how you should code, make it modular. So we can write void shoot ray. This was our function. And we can here we can call shoot ray. This is basically helping us shoot. This is calling the weapon effects. This is playing the audio. This thing can be the first thing that we write. And then these are effects. Then all the effects together. And then once the effects are done, ammo reduces, then we shoot. Cool. So this thing is done. Now what we want to do is create a reload function. And for that, first we'll create a countdown for the reload. And this is where we'll do everything. So for that, we'll use again an enumerator, and we'll do a reload countdown. So if you remember, when we were creating the reload animation, we kept it for 2 minutes, 2 seconds. So basically, what we want to do is we want to want the user to take 2 seconds break while it is reloading. So he won't be able to fire during those 2 seconds. So let's use a timer here. Because we know that it is 2 seconds, we can, wherever we call it from, we'll write to while this is a new function. So if you remember, we generally what we want to use is a yield return, wait for seconds or wait for frames like we have done here, right? So now we are doing a new concept where we'll wait for this timer. So if while timer is greater than 0, and timer minus equals time dot delta time, and then yield return. So this is basically helping us wait for the time that we want. And then once the timer is less than 0, less than or equals to 0, then we can basically do some of the things that create few functions and do some things of it. So what we want to do here is first create an int of bullets that are needed to fill the magazine. So how many number of bullets are required to fill the magazine? Bullets needed to fill mag, right? And what will this be? This will be the maximum arrow that your uh, uh, gun can handle and the current ammo that you have. Okay, so this is the bullets that you need to refill. And then let's also have a bullets to deduct. So how many bullets should be deducted uh, from the cache? This is going to be, so this we'll calculate based on a few things. So now we'll use a conditional statement, which is quite common nowadays if you see in Python and stuff. So this is also available here, which will be if carried ammo is greater than equal to 0, not 0, sorry. Bullets need to fill mag. So what we're checking is the carried ammo, the maximum ammo of maximum amount of ammunition that we actually have on our person. Is it more than the amount of bullets that are needed to be filled? If it is, then the bullets to deduct will be equal to. So this basically question mark के बाद जो first thing that will come after the question mark is going to be the if statement wala. This is an if statement. This first thing that comes here is going to be the inside the if statement. What do you want to be? So that is going to be bullets needed to fill mag, right? And if that is not true, then whatever is left in the carried ammo. So I hope this concept is clear. What we are doing here is basically checking if our carried ammo, like let's say I have 60. So when the first time I completely empty my magazine, let's start from here. Let's do a one calculation. So when I start from 60 is my current carried ammo, maximum ammo is 12, and I start with 12 current ammo. When my current ammo goes off to 0, so when I have shooted completely and it goes off to 0, this is my condition. Now when I've pressed reload, so current ammo is 0, max ammo is 12, carried ammo is 60. So current ammo is 0. Then when I press reload, this function runs, and the bullets needed to fill mag, this becomes 12 minus 0, which becomes 12. So this is 12. Then bullets to deduct, and this will check if carried ammo, which is 60, is greater than bullets needed to fill mag. Bullets needed to fill mag is 60. Then this thing, what do we want to bullets? How many bullets do we deduct from the carried ammo is going to be full this thing only. Bullets needed to fill mag. So 12. If this is not the case, which is the other condition. So let's say right now again this max ammo is 12, always going to be 12. Now current ammo is again let's say 0, and your carried ammo is 6. Somehow through different firings reload, your current carried ammo is 6. So 6 greater than equal to 12 is false, and then false condition mein it will choose carried ammo. So it will fill the complete amount that you have into the bullets, into your magazine. So after this, inside the if statement only, we will do carried ammo minus equals to bullets to deduct, and current ammo plus equals to bullets to deduct. So this is the complete concept of reloading. And where do we actually call it from? Is we will create again a new function for this. Can be above to tray. Let's keep it here only. So we will create a void reload, and in this we will create if carried ammo is less than equal to 0. So we'll checking if we actually have any ammo to reload or not. So if it is 0, then just return from this function right away. And if it is not 0, then it will come to the next line, and we will start the coroutine of reloading. Reload countdown, and this we'll start with 2. With a timer of 2, because we know the animation takes 2 seconds. So we want the whole thing to take 2 seconds. And what we can also do is add another, let's just add ammo and reloading. And we'll add a variable public pool is reloading. So we can stop some things when reloading is happening. So let's make it false here. And inside this, while timer is greater than equal to 0, here is reloading is going to be true. And here we'll set it back again to is reloading equals to false, right? And what we'll do is we'll do a check here if is reloading, then don't allow for it to reload, start the reloading thing again. And also stop shooting as well. So here also, if is reloading, then won't be able to shoot as well. Cool. So what we did is a quick recap of the whole concept that we just implemented. We created three new variables to count and uh, inquire and maintain the ammunition. So for ammunition, maximum uh, that you can carry on yourself is carried ammo. This is 60. The amount, the capacity of your gun is the max ammo, which is 12, and the current ammo is what we are starting with inside the gun is 12. So the current ammo is what is going to get deducted every time you shoot. Inside, you see here, every time you shoot, this gets deducted. So inside here, what we have done is basically what we have done here is that whenever this reloading is called, it is going to wait for the animation to play. We'll add all those things right now, and then it'll do this calculation of how many bullets are supposed to be deducted and how many bullets, how much can you actually take out of carried ammo. Does carried ammo have enough bullets? If not, then empty the carried ammo and give all the bullets directly to the uh, thing, to the gun. And based on this, we can also add a few more things which we'll do quickly. So now one more thing that we want to do is go back here. And now what I can check is we will have to add an on reload. So for reload, we'll use the R button. So for that, we'll have to add some for similarly for shoot that we did. We'll have to add an asset here in our key bindings. So like we added for shoot, we'll add for reload as well. And let us do that here, action, and we'll name it a reload. It is going to be a button, and inside reload, we can now give a path. So instead of searching through keyboard, going here, and then looking for a key, what we can instead do is click on this listen button. If I click on this listen button, now it is listening to what I am saying or what I press basically, not I'm saying, and I pressed R. So now I can choose the R keyboard directly. So this is a shorter way of getting that done. And this is for a keyboard mouse, and that's it. So I just need to save this. And when I go back to my player now, I will see that an on reload event is send message will also be created. So all I need to do now is go inside my shoot script and call the on reload function. And for that, I will create a new function, which is going to be void on reload. Void on reload. I just want to call on reload, the reload function that I've created below. What I can also do now is quickly check while I'm shooting and inside is reloading. If, sorry, this has to be is not reloading, then only this should be allowed. This should also be allowed if it is not reloading. Yeah, that's fine. So inside on shoot also I can shift to two things. One is if current ammo is greater than equal to 0. So this basically means that I have ammo in my gun and I'm able to shoot. And the other condition is just else, which basically means that I don't have ammo. And in this again, what I'll do is I'll create two new functions from here, and I'll take this outside of here, and I will create one function would be void fire, where I'm actually able to fire the weapon. Sorry. So copy all this and another function void, we'll call it dry fire, where I'm not able to fire it. So in this, I will still copy this, but let us see what we want to use from here. Sorry, copy this, copy here. We want to keep this. We don't want to keep this. We will add a new sound for this. So we'll come back to this. Set trigger, shooting. Yeah, we can keep this. We don't want to do this and this. So yeah, and we'll set this up. So we will add another audio. Where is our audio? Audio here. So we'll add another audio here, public audio clip. And this audio is going to be dry fire audio clip. This is, we can change it to from pistol to fire audio clip. Currently, we did a mistake there anyway. And here we'll call dry fire as you audio. Let me correct it here. What is it? Audio. Cool. So in this now if ammo is greater than 0, then I am able to shoot. So I will call fire. If I'm not able to shoot, then I'll call dry fire. Now let's go back in our scene. We'll take a few assets for the audio. I have it here. So this is the audio for dry fire. Let me bring in here. Just play it once. So this is the sound when you are not able to fire, right? So, and inside our player, let us assign it as well. So, okay, this is going to be my pistol and dry fire. Anything else that needs to be assigned? Not really. So now let's see if how everything is going to work. So if you see now, one thing we did not change is this. It was 100 before, so just changing that. So now if I go here again, we want to spend all the 12 bullets. So now this is working, right? Not able to fire. And when I reload, it reloaded, but we didn't add the reload animation, but it reloaded. Let's quickly add the reload animation as well, which I forgot to do. So all I have to do is go to my reload. Should I add it here? I think best to add it here only. Mm dot. Oh no, wait, it will. You can add it here itself. Dot reload. Oh, sorry, not dot reload. Dot set trigger reload. And that's it. Let's go back. Let's see if this works. Pressing R, reload, and it works perfectly. So I think we might have done something wrong somewhere. It is also going to less than, like it is setting to -1 as well, the current ammo. So let us see quickly. We can correct that. Current ammo greater than equal to 0. So we don't want to go inside if it is equal to 0. It is equal to 0, then it should not be able to fire. So now it won't go to -1 also. Yeah. So I hope you are seeing here. This is where it's playing, where the values are changing. So now look at it. It's 0, 12, and 60. So now when I press reload, it takes 2 seconds and the value becomes 12, 12, and 48. So till it is 0, then it starts dry fire. Then again I can press reload, and between also I can fire one, press reload. I can do reload whenever I want, but if I press reload once and I'm pressing reload again, it is not reloading. I can also check if max ammo is full, then it should not be able to reload. Right? So we can check this here itself. If current ammo equals to max ammo, then return. Let's see if this works. Quickly reload. Reloading works. Now if I press reload, because right now I'm 12 full on max ammo, it won't reload. Great. So this is the whole reloading concept setup. Let us also check what happens if this goes to 0. So I will make this 10 for now. Yeah, 10 is fine because this is apart from what is already in my mag. So let us check it quickly. 10 bullets. Reload. And then also I can't reload because I don't have anything inside my carried ammo. Why is that happening? Because we set up a condition somewhere for that, which is here. Great. So reloading is done. We set up all the things. Now one more thing that I said we'll come back to is we'll add a reloading audio very quickly using the concept that we just saw. So reload audio through event. So this is a function that we can use, create an ad. Let's open it up, move to scripts, inside the scripts. And we don't need all this. We need the public audio source. We need a public audio clip. We can change its name to reload audio, and this thing we'll change to player audio source, because just to remember that we want to add the audio source from the player. And here all we need to do is create a function called void play audio load or whatever, basically. And all we need to do is from the player audio source dot play one shot, I hope you remember this function. We just use it there as well, reload audio, and that's it. Going back here inside our animation of reload, click here. In this, we'll add those things. So for the audio source, we need to add the player. This has the audio source, and for the audio, let me get the asset in. I have on reload an audio, and this can be added here. And in our reload event, in right at the very beginning, we can add this event because the audio is also 2 seconds. Play audio reload. Now let's see how this works. So this fits perfectly with our animation. Reload also has a clocking of the slider, which we didn't add, but uh, looks fine for now. So I will close this tab. I will close this tab. We will not need it in the future. So that's all with the animations and all the things. Next, we also want to add UI, but I think we can stop here for now. I think it is too much. So yeah, we'll stop here for now. Thank you for coming to this.